With these students, I think it's really important not to teach them to do it the way I would do it, but to back off so that they tell their stories, because their generation is going to have a different worldview and a different experience.
Teaching them the skills to have the confidence to problem solve and to be leaders and to have the confidence to say, I can do this. That's what we saw this year.
When Cameron's movie is shown at the film festival, the amount of pride that I have as his mom is, I don't know that I can put it into words.
I teach at American University as well as Studio Acting Conservatory right now in DC, although I also taught all throughout New York and all over the country and internationally as well. In this case, it was at the end of one of my screenings 2 years ago that I met Dana Wyatt.
I am a retired educator of 40 years. I got into filmmaking, or video making as it was called, back in 1992. When Panasonic offered our school the Kid Witness News program. Over 200 schools participated, and Central Junior High was chosen. We put together a video on the Roman Empire. I'd never run a camera, never edited. We sent the video in, made the deadline, and lo and behold, we won first place in the country. When I met Nancy at the film festival and we began to chat and talk, I said, I have these kids that have stories to tell, real stories. And that's how we began the conversation of how can we get them involved in the film festival and how can we have an educational part.
I really do believe it changes lives. I really do believe that we can find community and we find that kind of emotional connection through storytelling in the deepest, most profound ways. And so I got a phone call one time with Justin and Dana saying, would you be interested? We know you're a teacher and we know we know your passions are. Would you consider doing this? And it was perfect timing. It was also COVID. And so it also meant I get to reach students that I wouldn't normally be interacting with. I don't live here. So the gift of Zoom meant that I could actually bring them and bring this community a professional take. I taught the same exact screenwriting content here that I taught at American University.
Perfect. Let's start with that. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. Tonight, we want to talk about character. We got one more shot.
The pandemic threw all of us for a loop, but the challenge of working with kids. Some kids had jobs, some kids had after school things. Oh, I have choir, oh, I have a band concert. And so it was like trying to put a jigsaw puzzle together with some of the pieces missing. And that was very challenging. But through it all, we persevered, and one text after another text after another text, after calling, after scheduling, we finally got things put together.
We began in October with 5 in-depth screenwriting classes. They started with an idea. They actually had to come in to the program with an idea, if not 2, of a story they wanted to tell. And then this past couple weeks, they are shooting their films with support from Mrs. Wyatt, from Dana, and then I'm here to wrap up our year of filmmaking workshops so that I can help them with maybe their most challenging scene, or maybe just general moral support, or maybe I'm actually helping with framing and editing ideas and things like that. And they should, at least some of them, have an opportunity to screen at this fall's WYO Film Festival.
I had kids that had never written a script before. Oh, they had outlined and written notes, and to actually put everything down in a professional little writer's duet program, and to have this script all printed out was amazing. So the writing was incredible. They have learned writing skills, they've learned organization skills, they've learned communication skills, and relationship skills. I mean, the relationships that they have built together. And to me, those are life skills that we use every single day.
Working with a professional was life-changing. It was so great to get the insight and the experience of someone who's made a bunch of short films before. And I think this program is amazing, and I would totally recommend it to other people, whether they don't have a lot of experience in filmmaking, or they do have a lot of experience.
They give me, it doesn't matter what is happening in my personal life. Whenever I'm with them, this energy just comes back. These kids were amazing.
What an accomplishment. As a 16-year-old, with all the other things that he's doing in his life, to have time to make this happen. It's monumental.
Seeing my film on the big screen is going to be an incredible experience for me. Having it shown to the community, nothing else can quite compare to it, and it's really hard to put it into words. It's a tremendous feeling of accomplishment, and it's something that I can look up and I can say, yeah, I did that.